Do me a favor, family. Hit the link in the description box. Purchase your very own New Era viral hip-hop news hat. Like I said, the link will be in the description box right now. Don't wait. Don't miss out. Grab the hottest thing popping right now. The viral hip-hop news hats available in the link in the description box. Grab yours right now. Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. I'm your brother, O'God, from Hip Hop News Uncensored. And sitting across from me is my co-host. What it do? What's good? It's your brother, SamAnt, Viral Hip Hop News. Another episode, your Monday episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. We got a fire one for you today. Yes. O'God, what's good, my brother?
What's good, man? Well, we in the building, man. It's dreary outside, but we had to give you the latest hip-hop news and news from all across the world. This chilling, man, the weekend passed, rainy as shit.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to October 26th and 27th and the interview we're going to have with our brother TK Kirkland. Before that, I'm looking forward to that shit.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have some more news on that as it comes. We had a real dope conversation with our brother, and we got some good things lined up toward the end of the month. So y'all stay tuned for that. Like you said, it's been dreary the last couple of days. Our teams in the NFL, both undefeated right now, both number one in the NFC East.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? So shit looking good. You know what I'm saying? Shit's looking good right
like
now.
It's week 6
both
or 7.
Undefeated in the NFC East right now, both number one on top of the division. So we looking good. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot went on. We all know Serena Williams. She went through her drama. We talked about that a little earlier on. Was it fair? Did she have a right to say what she said? Our man Stephen A. Smith had a little bit to say about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we'll talk about that. But why don't you get talk about a little bit of our morning headlines before we get on going with that? As far as
man. Well, we do have, and we're gonna go down the lineup real quick. We do have Nicki Minaj just responding to Cardi B. We do have the clips lined up. We're gonna play that, within a few minutes. Here on the Uncensored Truth Podcast, we got Young Thug and some legal trouble. Charlamagne and God speaking on Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. They have some interesting things to say. Also, a representative in New York, was talking about the legalization of weed in New York, and definitely cited, I think 8 of other 9 states, that already legalized marijuana. So we're going to talk, about that. But I think we should jump into the let's start with the Stephen A. Smith controversy. Let's start with that one first, and we're gonna get into this. But you listen to the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother O'God and SamAnt. Everybody listening, please do me a favor, hit that like button and make sure that you share this video. It only takes 2 buttons, and we do ask for everybody's participation in that. Your cooperation is appreciated in advance. Again, man, Stephen A. Smith, man, lend his opinion on the whole Serena Williams controversy over the weekend here. SamAnt has that audio, and we're going to give our perspective on that once he plays that.
Let's do it.
Serena Williams is the GOAT. I'm on the record saying last week that if she were not a woman, if she were a man, she'd be recognized as the GOAT. And as a black man, I'm incredibly proud of her accomplishments and how her and her sisters have conducted themselves and the level of adversity that they've had to deal with in the world of tennis and beyond. They are role models extraordinaires. But as we talk about this specific incident in question, Serena Williams was wrong. Somebody has to say it, so I will. The reality is that this referee, when Serena Williams brought the issue of gender and sexism into the argument, that's where she lost. 2017 French Open, Djokovic given fault on his serve for time violation, given a code violation as well for conduct after yelling. Same French Open 2017 time violation given to Rafael Nadal. He thought it was selectively enforced, and he complained about this same official, Carlos Ramos. 2018, this year at Wimbledon, Djokovic again receives a code violation. Why? For slamming his racket into the ground. The point is that Carlos Ramos, no matter what we want to say, do I believe he was excessive? Yes. Do I think that he could have been a bit more measured emotionally himself? Absolutely. He's not devoid of culpability here, but let's be very, very clear. Not only does all the tennis aficionados acknowledge that he operated within the rules, so much so that not only would his bosses refuse to overturn his decision, they upheld it and fined Serena Williams because her conduct is something that they brought into question. But also, this man has a history of doing the same thing to men.
But were they cost a game? Did they
That's
lose
the
a
point.
game? A point is one thing. I played tennis. A game, that's a whole different.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. We got the general synopsis of what Stephen A. was saying. Now, before I let you go on, we grew up on Stephen A. Philadelphia Inquirer, Allen Iverson, Philadelphia Eagles being so close to the area. We respected this brother's commentary like no other, being two young, up-and-coming black males in the media and ingrained in what he was going on, sport and pop culture. He kind of ingrained the two. It was dope. Jumps on First Take. We all support him. Then he gets on the main stage and he's done the little things. I think that's a lot of the words and the terminology is thrown his way. Some unfair, but we'll get deeper into that. So I was looking forward to hearing what he had to say. I was looking forward to the sports season getting revved up so that we can have our Stephen A. Smith commentary. No doubt. What do you think about this, though? Does he have a point? Break it down, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of split down the middle on this one, man, because when somebody lays out the facts, I don't like to, as journalists, we like to look at, the facts and not get the emotions involved and report that. So if indeed what Stephen A. Smith is saying is the facts, then that's cut and dry. But as I was saying earlier when we were talking about this, I'll reiterate it, once again for the people, man. I've seen Serena Williams for years, Venus Williams for years. We used to watch them, a lot of their matches too. We used to watch the whole thing. It wasn't like we just watched a few matches here and there. We watched the whole time they went through, whole Wimbledon, US Opens and all that. So, we started learning the rules and everything, how this shit went. So we kind of seen that a lot of the judges, back then, would be kind of, it seemed like the line judges, commentators, even the fans will be against them. It's like it was like them against the world. That's what that's what I glean at that age. So does Serena maybe have a streak where she may be a little aggressive? Yeah, but so what? So what? So many other it's competitive, people's emotions are involved, so it is what it is. But sometimes Steve Smith, man, he could be 100%, give you 100% accurate. And sometimes he can teeter on a line of what the fuck did Stephen A. Smith did say? No one, I know him how we know him in his journalism, in the tri-state area back in the day. But I don't know, man. I would go more on the side of Serena Williams. I'm with Serena on this one, bro. I want to hear what you got to say on this one, though.
I think that okay. I don't think anyone can disagree that Stephen A. Smith is the genius. He came in there prepared. His arguments are always valid. He comes with stats that are very correct, but there's very keen points that he fails to leave out. And I think that's where a lot of the criticism comes from. She's been dealing with this, like you said, forever. And yeah, he said it in the beginning. He's a black man. He's proud. She is the GOAT. He is proud of her. She is the greatest athlete of all time, maybe that we've ever seen. It's arguable. Man or female. So she deserves that right. But when you're a 23-time tennis champion going for your 24th, you've dealt with what you've dealt with. You seem like you're getting cheated. She's an ultimate competitor. She has a little bit of a pass, whether you like to think it or not, to get a little bit extra. Now, do you fine her? Do you do things after it? Yeah, cool. But in the heat of the moment, when there's a title on the line, when there's Serena Williams, the champion, 23-time champion, the greatest tennis player of all time, she deserves that fucking right. I'm sorry. And when you've been dealing with it over and over and over and over again, you get tired of this shit. And like you said, she's taking the high road. Now, we've seen her throw the racket. We've seen her get hot within a competitive game. And you're going for a world championship with millions of people. Me and you get fired up over a fucking video game.
Yeah.
You see each other. Shit's getting hot. So I can only imagine what a world championship on the line, what we going through. I'm fired up. I can understand that. And any competitor out there can understand that. Find them after it. You break my stuff. You do this. Find them after that. But apparently this judge took away a game, which means she dropped a game. Now, I don't know if it was, I don't think that had anything to do with the overall match, but it must have took her out of her game. Now that, and on top of the fact, now this taints young Naomi's victory because it looked like she was on the verge of beating Serena anyway, which is history in itself. This 20-year-old taking down her idol, 23-time champion, a Haitian Japanese woman. This is fucking great for the culture.
Right.
Yet it was tainted. Now, you've seen the picture that I sent you. I think you have that if you don't mind showing that for the people. This is another reason why it's so bothersome, because then it allows people, these ignorant motherfuckers, and I think this is from Australia, to paint this picture and just paint a negative picture and just the big lips, jumping there, complaining, looking like a monkey. Let's just keep it a buck.
Who's this white girl over there with the tennis racket?
I don't know, but in the U.S. Open, she just played a Haitian Japanese woman with dark skin, dark hair, thick as can be, this wool, beautiful can be. You know what I mean?
Well, they do have a white guy up there with a long pointy nose too. So
yeah, I mean, beautiful picture. We used to see those pictures like that all the time in the newspapers and things like that, painting us as baboons and barbarians and other things. We all know the symbolism behind a picture. A picture's worth 1,000 words.
Facts.
So we already know what was going on behind that. But that mixed with everything, Stephen A. Smith, my problem is that, okay, although your stats are correct, for you to go on this platform and say she's wrong at all, I think that's where you get your criticism. Now we can dive deeper into that. And I would like you to. Now it's now off to the black culture. We all know, we all love Stephen A. Smith, but since First Take, since the money, he's been called a coon. He's been called a coon.
Right.
And that word is loosely thrown around, I feel like, in the black community. I would honestly say not too many people are. It's just easily thrown around. We don't know what Stephen A. is doing for the community. We don't know what he's done on his personal level when it comes to the black community, what he's putting his money into. We have no idea. Right. We see him doing what he's doing on First Take. And we have a right to criticize what he's doing on First Take, but to go and take it to a level of calling him and throwing him out there with coon, I think that's a gray area there. I think we need to be careful and do our research before we just deem somebody.
Definitely, I agree 100% with that.
So, I mean, talk to that a little bit.
Is he a coon? Did you ask me that?
I mean, okay, what do you think about the annex? Is it too warranted? Do you think it's too unnecessary? Because he's getting a bag. So is the bag worth the dancing sometimes? So what is your perspective
I think it's all in the context of who he is. You know what I mean? And then everybody, we can't, like, sometimes you got people in the comment section don't always agree with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some certain people you're not always going to agree with. Everybody doesn't think the same. So, I don't have no problem with the way, Stephen A. Smith, does his journalism and the way he, gets his opinion on things, like that. But some issues, I think that he does, take a more liberal, I don't want to say liberal, conservative, approach to a lot of things where people want to hear him be more outspoken. Since you say you're part of the black community and you're proud of it, people want to see him speak up on more issues because you got power. Your voice is very powerful. You drop videos and any given time they go from anywhere from 100,000 to 200,000 every time you drop. That's power. So sometimes, I think that people are warranted for maybe not calling him a coon, but maybe say that he definitely buck dances, a little bit. When I mean by buck dance, it's kind of like holding your tongue and not saying what's really needed to be said at the moment. Like, just come out and just say it. What are you scared of?
And I think that we could respectively give him that criticism. And he would have to have a debate on it. We're not sitting here trying to tarnish your name. We're trying to just get to the ground root of everything. We understand you get paid and all that. That's fine and dandy. Do what you have to do. Right. But it would be just a great conversation, a respectable debate, and why some of the excessive stuff. Is it for the TV? What is it all about? I think at the end of the day. But I just wanted to get your perspective on that, because I think we both agree that we both have a lot of respect for him, his journey, and where he's at right now, for sure, coming through Philly and things like that.
Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother O'God and SamAnt. We want to encourage everybody listening to do just two things for us. Hit that like button and make sure that you share this video, please. We do appreciate, that in advance. I want to jump over to this story real quick. A New York representative, and you actually sent this one to me. Yeah. I thought it was real dope that we actually speak on this. She was in it looks like a press conference, and she was actually talking about the importance of the legalization of marijuana in New York State. So I'm going to play the clip and show the video to everybody, and then we're going to give our opinions on marijuana being legal in New York and other tri-state areas. So let's go.
Important that we legalize marijuana here in New York State. 8 other states have done it, plus the District of Columbia. There are a lot of reasons to do it, but first and foremost, because it's a racial justice issue. Because people across all ethnic and racial lines use marijuana at roughly the same rates, but the arrests for marijuana are 80% Black and Latina. We need to not only legalize marijuana here, but when this multi-billion-dollar industry comes to New York, we need to prioritize the individuals and the communities that have been the most harmed by the war on drugs. And we need to parole people who are in jail for marijuana arrests. And we need to expunge their records and use some of this tax revenue for them to re-enter. And what I would say is that effectively marijuana in New York State has been legal for white people for a long time, and it's time to make it legal for everybody else.
Wow. SamAnt, you want to take this one first, bro?
Man, this is... First off, did you share that for the people? Did the people get to see that on the podcast with us? Or are we going to put that in?
That's going to be up on the screen.
That's right up on the screen. So y'all see this woman.
Yeah.
White woman. Nothing mixed, nothing. White woman. Plain Jane. You know what I mean? Probably voted for Donald Trump. Who knows? I mean,
right.
Karen and talking some real shit. Now, this is the first time I've ever heard ever heard someone in politics that just seems like this woman is in, ever come out and publicly come at an angle with marijuana in this regard. We all know the billions and billions of dollars in revenue it'll bring into our states once legalized. We all know the abundance it brought into Colorado, states like these, districts like DC, and the various other states is legalized, and we see the impact in it. And we all know the health impacts that it has on people for good reason, and the people with epilepsy, cancer. Yes, sir. If you break it down and put it into oil and different kind of foods and things, it cures. The amount of things that is cured are unbelievable. So there's a ton of things in why it's not only healthy for you, but financially makes sense for this to be legal. But she went deeper. She said, no, we're going to take it here.
Yeah.
There's thousands and millions of black males right now sitting in jail for a long time for selling a plant that not only helps people, but does no harm or anything like crack, cocaine, heroin, or anything else. Yet they're sitting in jail like they've sold or the biggest drug dealers in the world. Is wrong. They need to be out. They need to be taken care of after they're out. Records need to be expunged. Wow. What do you think about this, O'God?
It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen simply because I'm not saying that it might not be legal, in certain states that may happen, but for them to I'm gonna put it down like this, right? If you look at these the prison industrial complex, and if she's going to say that everybody's using it equally, but mostly minorities, aka black people, because we're filling the prison up the most, are being locked up for this, that means that people will lose jobs. If people are not getting locked up, because a lot of them, I don't know the percentage, but I'm sure it's 50 or higher, are in prison for nonviolent drug offenders. So that means you're taking all these people out of prison and re-entering them into a society where there's not already enough jobs. Now, the back end about this is that, remember, this is prison for profit. So they actually, get paid to fill the prisons up. So I think it's, what she's doing, I agree, but I don't think it's ever, going to happen, because you got a lot of even suburbia towns, places outside of New York, that whole communities, are benefiting off black people being locked up for nonviolent drug offenses. So sounds good, but I don't think it's going to happen. That's my opinion on that.
I mean, it's a very valid opinion. I looked at you crazy when you said it, but then when you broke it down, it makes sense. I mean, they're not just going to let thousands of inmates or people institutionalized back out on the street. That'll cause mass hysteria amongst the white folk, honestly. I mean, and then some black people too. It would be a lot, even though they deserve it. It'd be gut wrenching to have people sitting in jail for marijuana and knowing it's legal now and still sitting in jail. That's injustice at the highest degree. That's disgusting. So they're going to have to figure out a way to ingrain these young men and women or men and women that's been institutionalized back into society, because they cannot allow them to sit in jail and continue to gain profit off of these people that are now sitting in jail for what? But
they don't have a way to reintroduce them into society, a successful way. The way it's set up right now, we know it's supposed to be rehabilitation, but it's not. It's just punishment. So it's not like that, even the way things are set up when you do get a felony and how it stays on your record, like they know that 9 times out of 10 that all these jobs are asking for, at least a respectable job, you can go sweep floors or something like that. You can't have felonies, or they won't hire you. You know what I mean? So it's just like, unless they start changing stuff like that, where people could come out.
Well, I think that's what she was kind of talking about. I think she got it deep into that. I don't think it's just good enough for them to get out. No, you need to expunge their record. They need to be able to live their lives the way they're supposed to before you took it away from them. You know what I mean? I think that's the level she's trying to take it to. Now, whether or not that happens, like you said, we don't know.
In New York,
I tell you what, if it doesn't happen, if they legalize it and these people still sit in jail, it's going to be some shit.
Right.
It's It's gonna be some shit because you have babies in jail. You got mothers, sons, grandsons, people in jail now for no.
Right.
No. They're gonna have to figure something out.
Yeah.
Because the streets is gonna be on fire.
It's crazy, man.
If they don't, this is gonna be something to watch. Definitely.
Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother OGod and saying, man, we want to get y'all opinion. Don't make sure you leave y'all opinion on what you think in the comment section of this video right after you hit the like button and share it. You're listening to the Uncensored Truth Podcast. So yeah, man. Nicki Minaj, man. We talk about Nicki. Nicki and Cardi B was at Fashion Week, and they had an altercation. Ra Ali, one of the people, and apparently Nicki Minaj's bodyguard may have had accidental contact with Cardi B, leaving a lump on her forehead. But we've been talking about it, how the tension has been kind of building, and they both been kind of fake or whatever, being strategic, I guess, and not saying they had any beef. And Cardi B did, pretty much insinuate that she was going to address Nicki Minaj, when she did see her. So that popped off. And then Nicki Minaj today released a few clips. She went on her podcast, Queen Radio, and let some clips out to kind of explain, her position on the whole Cardi B situation. So I'm going to play a couple of these clips. And Sam, man, I'm gonna get your opinion on this, bro.
Okay,
here we go.
Something about your dead child in your bio, and you were hit up by her saying, "Ha ha ha, that's good. That's why your baby died, and maybe they wouldn't have died." And you're calling your dead child a monkey.
Yeah, she didn't hit me up directly in DM. It was underneath one of her posts as a comment.
Oh, okay. We have the screenshot of it. I just wanted to hear it from your mouth because, so very often I let people do a lot of bullshit talking about me, and people around the world believe it.
Never said or did.
I didn't see it. Where was that?
No clue.
Come from?
No clue. I have no clue. I just want to let the world know that Onika Tanya Mirage would never, has never, and will never speak ill of anyone's child. I am not a clown. That's clown shit. And what is the other thing that's clown shit is telling the world that someone said something just so that you don't feel fucking dumb for looking dumb, for doing dumb shit.
Somebody talked about your child that never talked about your motherfucking child, so you can get some fucking sympathy points.
Okay, so that's all the clips that we have, from Nicki right now. Of course, you can see the whole interview, on Queen Radio. I think it's exclusively available on Apple. We have the little excerpts here. So, Sam, and what do you think about Nicki Minaj? Because I told you told me that she was going to be on radio today. I think you said 1 o'clock, then they changed it to 3 o'clock. And I was like, Nicki's going to go in. You was like, that should be stupid too. She kind of went in. We know she said way more. Again, tune into Queen Radio on Apple, to listen to the full episode of that. But what do you think about Nicki Minaj addressing Cardi B?
I want you to go first.
I don't give a fuck. No, I mean, look, it's like
I was about to say the same shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's like it's female shit. It's really female shit. But interesting though. You got the Charlemagne clip. I think let's play what Charlemagne said about that, because I want to kind of piggyback on the sentiments, or with that, because I kind of agree with that, and that's the direction we're going to move in it. I don't want to get into the gossipy stuff.
Thank you.
Let's get into that direction though with it.
Great, let's do that.
Yes, sir.
If they deserve to be pressed. I'm tired of people just running their mouth on social media, people running their mouth on radio and podcasts.
No repercussions.
And there's no repercussions.
Yes.
There's no consequences to those words. Look, I came up in an era, and which wasn't too long ago.
True.
You know, where I would get pressed all the time. I've had to fight out here in these streets for things that I've said. I've had to run from fights because of things that I've said.
I had to fight. I had to fight because of things that you said.
I've been pressed by rappers, and when them rappers press you, whether it's Busta Rhymes, Mace, who has pressed me, I got to keep that same energy. I got to say the same things that I've been saying on radio and on podcasts to them.
I got pressed more because of the things that you said than the things that I actually said.
Stay out the street.
Real Lambo, Mace, Buster,
By the way, I was there. I was at the same place Real Lambo was. If Real Lambo wanted to find me, he could have found me. I was there in Miami.
You wasn't at the club.
What you mean?
All right, so this is the power phrase. He's saying, yo, if you talk to smoke, expect the smoke. Don't sit back and piggyback off to that. So Nicki Minaj brought the smoke on Queen Radio. She had done that in Cardi B's face, or did she do the right thing, playing the high road and kind of stay in the back?
She should have, if people was, going at each other behind the scenes. But Nicki Minaj did deny that she ever talked about Cardi's, kids. That was one of the things that Cardi B was kind of, on the rant she put up, or the post she put up on Instagram, like, talk about my kids and all that. So, not to get into that he says, she says stuff too much, but I agree with that, man. A lot of people say a lot of shit online. We see it every day. And it might be people who knows who it is, but they want to talk shit. But then when they see you, it's, you don't hear anything. So yeah, you should keep the same. And we come from the era of like, because with the internet wasn't really around like that to a certain, not the internet, but like social media like that when we was coming up, so we would always hear about other rappers checking other rap. We had to read it in the magazine, or maybe catch MTV News or something. You're hearing about another rapper pressing another rapper because of something he said. So yeah, that's the way, that it's done. And a lot of people that come from the old school never talk online, that they say, you know what? And that's why I kind of think, maybe Cardi was kind of like playing it cool. Like, nah, it's good. But when I see you, we're going to get it in. I respect it. I respect that. I don't care, where it is. Like if you popping the shit and we see each other, be ready to either apologize, turn bitch, or we're gonna be scrapping. And whatever happens, happens. That's the way I agree with that.
I'll put it like this. We talked about it when it initially happened. And I think that we were both kind of, I don't want to say pro Cardi because it's pro neither one of them. We want them to spit. We don't want to see this shit.
Exactly.
But we were kind of leaning toward Cardi B's side when it came to if she talked about a child, when it came to the T shit that we don't really want to get into. So I will say this for the people, the Nicki Minaj fans who watched that and think that we're just kind of negating what Nicki Minaj said. She had the right to come out and defend herself. If she didn't say anything about anybody's babies, then no one needs to be out here spreading that rumor. Defend yourself on that.
Right.
In regards to that, everything else, I don't give a fuck about.
Right.
I don't care about. When it comes to Cardi B doing it there, now it was a lot about it shouldn't be done at the gala. Blah 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 blah. Charlamagne went in on that too. We won't play that part, but he went in on that too and made some great fucking points. And it's the damn truth.
Yep.
Damn truth. It doesn't matter where it was. I would just go along the lines of this is obviously a situation where Cardi B heard something over the internet. Cardi B didn't talk to somebody directly. I don't know if she has some sources that heard. But this just is a sad case at a point where social media runs the world. That woman is 25 years old. She's young. She's in it all the way. She's sitting on her phone, feeling the energy, watching these, she hears the rumbles and responds to it. Nicki Minaj, a little more seasoned in the game, a lot less susceptible to some of those antics, even though she pays attention to, which is the day and age that we live in.
Right.
So if anything, I would say that Cardi B should have been a little more calculated when it comes to that. Get your information solidified before you go and try to check a woman and she didn't say it, because then you look crazy. If she said it and that was the reason, and then you going gung-ho and going at her, then albeit.
That's what makes you think it's fake, it's staged. Not to cut you off.
Nah, go ahead.
But I think it's needed to be. But that's what makes me think this is fake, because of what you said earlier. You already, called it and said that, why don't they just get together and do this? But it's just like it makes sense at this point. And if it's not fake, where are the fucking bars? We want to hear bars. We don't want to hear the C say, everybody want to do podcasting now. Let's go talk on the radio. No, you're a rapper, rap. That is corny to me, man.
I agree with that. Oh God. Okay, when it comes to Joe Budden, you're saying you're retired, you got something popular going on, cool, but not. Come on now, like don't hide behind the podcast,
right?
And Nicki, you could spit.
Yeah,
come out. Okay, just like you did that bar. What was that record she came out was talking about all the rappers on Queen? I forgot what it was called, but
yeah, me too.
Did a thing. It's fire,
right? They're gonna kill us for that. But
it's all right. Do your thing with Cardi,
right?
Go destroy her on a beat. Let's hear that. Let's talk about that. That's what we want to hear. And that would be good for the culture right now because nothing's wrong with some competition. We don't want to see y'all throwing shoes and fighting at a Met Gala. And you know what I mean? Or we don't want to see you going off and going in like a Joe Budden on a podcast. That's not what we wanted. That's not what you do.
Right.
You rap, like you said, spit some bars. Let's hear it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Any chance of a diss track coming up by any one of these two women in the next week or so?
If they don't, they're corny.
Yeah.
If we don't, they're corny because
right.
and none of this shit should happen no more. I don't care if they saw each other and they did fight. I report a little bit and get out of there because I want to hear bars. I don't want to see anything physical, no babies, unless you put it in the bar. If you want to talk about our babies and some bars,
damn,
I'm all for it. Again, because and not gonna get disrespectful.
Ugly for Nicki. Yeah. If Cardi was really, you know, on it like that, and whether she had to hire a ghostwriter or not, you know what I mean? It could get real ugly.
That's what I'm saying.
It can get ugly.
And it'd be great for music.
Yeah.
You got to do it. So go there. Go there. But we don't want to see nobody get hurt.
Nah.
Or getting in the fight.
Elbows in the face and shit.
Yeah, that was a big ass bodyguard. She took a clip one. Boom. You see what it did to her.
Is she any word of Cardi's going to try to sue or anything like that? I know she probably could, definitely.
Cardi's from the Bronx. She ain't so.
But then she got people around her. You know, you never know.
Cardi ain't so.
All right. You know.
Cardi's not so.
So that is what it is, man. So yeah, that's the latest on your Nicki Minaj, Cardi B. I'm sure she said a whole bunch of other things. And again, go to, I think it's on Apple exclusively, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Clips are coming out, you know, being sent to us. But yeah, Apple, you can listen to the whole Queen Radio episode to get your full scoop. And actually, we'll leave the link to the description. If that link is available, we will leave that link so y'all can check out that full interview in its entirety. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother O'God and SamAnt. Everybody listening, please do me a favor, hit the like button and make sure that you share this video. SamAnt, your boy Young Thug.
Your boy.
That's your boy, Thug and Uzi. Tell us about what's going on with Thug, man. He's in some trouble with the law.
Well, he got an album coming out tomorrow. People are excited about that. Let me see what that joint is called. On the Run. He put this up yesterday. The album comes out in 2 days. That'll be out tomorrow. But he's on the run, all right, because there's a warrant out for his arrest. Now, last week, XXL reported that he had 8 felony he was charged with 8 felonies in connection with his 2017 arrest in Georgia. In the incident, police initially pulled the rapper over in Brookhaven, Georgia for having illegally tinted windows. Upon the search of the car, they found drugs, guns, and almost $50,000 in cash in the vehicle. That $50,000 is real. That could have been his. He could have made that off a tour or something. But whatever the case. Now, earlier in the week, charges were officially filed, revealing that Thugger is facing charges for possession and intent to distribute meth, hydrocodone, and weed. He is also charged with 2 counts of codeine possession and possession of the amphetamine Xanax and, oh God, a firearm. Now, my God, we all know Georgia. We hear what's going on down in Georgia. We seen Jim Jones out there in Georgia. We seen our man Rollo dealing with is Rollo dealing with a situation in Georgia? I believe so. Rollo's out in Georgia dealing with his shit. Number of people dealing with their shit. What do you think about this? Young Thug. Now, he got an album coming out tomorrow. That shit's about to go wild.
Right.
But what do you think about this?
I think he might do a little bit of jail time. Are there any word on what he's facing for all that?
No.
Okay. I don't know until we get those numbers of what he may be facing. I don't know. I would think it's anywhere from 5, 10, maybe 15 with all them type of charges. But then again, he got money. So maybe who knows what's gonna, same thing with the Jim Jones situation. Who knows what's gonna be thrown out? Who knows what they're gonna pin on him? But you got to be smarter than that. You got to be way, way smarter, than that to be riding around. People ever heard of stashing shit? Like tucking shit? Like, come on, man. It's rules to the game, but these dudes just running around and get caught and don't even try to hide it. But I'm talking shit. But yeah, man, bad situation for Young Thug. Hopefully, he could turn that thing around, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, bro. I don't really. Damn, man, how can y'all still get caught up in these situations? Especially that's all that shit on you in the car, dude.
I mean, I know niggas out there getting lit. That's obvious. We understand that, but don't get caught with it. Do it, and you got so many different places where you can have it, like you were saying earlier, and somebody else could be doing. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. Another car could have it. It could be tucked away at the mansion. You could do your thing, but I don't know, man.
There's too much money and too much ways that you can avoid these situations. That's called slipping. And when you see that shit, that's kind of like shame on you, dude. Yeah, like no one wants to. We can sit there and critique your clothing and critique your music all we want, but nobody wants to see you behind bars. Continue to do what you do, especially if you evolve. You're a young dude. You got time to evolve, and you out here, you killing it for the young people. They fuck with you heavy. So nobody wants to see you caught up in a situation. There's obviously drug use involved. I don't know if he had the intent to distribute. He got money, so he's using that shit, and that's the problem. Somebody needs to get help because we see our young rappers dying. We don't got to go over the list. It seems like every other week or something we're saying rest in peace to somebody. That shit has to stop. So let's get to that ground root and help him out when it comes to all these goddamn drugs he had in his system, not in the system, excuse me, in the vehicle. And let's really dive into the issue and keep him continuing to make good music and evolving as a person and a human being.
Yes, sir, man. But you listen to another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast with your brother O'God and Sam and everybody listening. We need you to do just two things. Hit the like button if you didn't already do it. And make sure that you share this video. Both buttons are located right on the screen, so you can actually enjoy the content, while you do both of those things. We do appreciate that, in advance. If you don't have anything else, Sam, man, I think that's all for right now that we have for news. And yeah, man.
I see something dope come up, but I'm gonna save it for tomorrow's show. It has to do with Donald Trump.
Okay.
Yeah, man, he just might have did something huge for Black people out in Michigan. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Yeah. On the show, we have a dope show lined up. I don't know if you know, we got brother Dan Curry coming in, martial arts instructor book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he should be coming in for the podcast tomorrow. We had great interviews with brother Kansu and brother Darren yesterday on the Uncensored Truth Podcast official channel. If you haven't seen that, we'll drop a card right up top for y'all right now so y'all can check that out.
Let me jump in real here quick. Yeah. I got this story I want to talk about real quick.
Let's do it.
She just popped up.
Yeah.
Let me get your thoughts on this. Louisiana mayor bans Nike products from Booster Club. So let me go a little bit into the story from Hot New Hip Hop. The mayor of a town in Louisiana has reportedly issued a memorandum demanding that the city recreation department and any booster clubs operating at its facilities no longer purchase or accept delivery of Nike athletic products or apparel that features the company's swoosh logo. Now, according to the city's memo, Mayor Ben Zahn allegedly approved the prohibition of Nike products for purchase or delivery at any recreational center in Kenner, Louisiana. Now it says the announcement comes a week after Nike agreed, obviously to a continuous ad campaign, with Colin Kaepernick. And I'm going to read the statement, then I'll get your thought on this. Under no circumstance, and this is a quote, will any Nike products or product with the Nike logo be purchased for use of delivery at any city recreation facility, according to the memo, which is on the official mayor's office letterhead signed by Zahn. So what do you think about that, Sam, man? And the picture's right there on the screen. And I actually did see Sean King actually did post this, so we can see it right on the screen. That's the memorandum right there from the mayor of the city of Kenner. Sam, man, what's your thoughts on this, man? This is deep.
My thoughts is his ass will be gone real soon. He's going to be gone real soon. Nike's not tripping off of this. I'm looking at the stuff right here.
Right.
And the amount of backlash that's about to come his way. Now, I will say this. He has the right to do what he wants. If he could sign legislation like this, by all means.
Right.
You don't want Nikes in your area? Don't have them in your area. But if you don't want to be mayor anymore, ban Nikes right now.
Let's hear from the mayor real quick. Before we go, let's hear from him. Hold on 1 second. We got the clip.
It's been a busy weekend, social media-wise. What prompts the memo, and what's your response at this point after seeing reaction?
The memo speaks for itself. I'll have a statement later on. I'll get some things together for you, and I'll release something to everyone.
Okay. Do you have any idea when that would that be prior to noon?
Sometime today, probably right around noon, maybe a little bit right after.
There you go. All right, man.
Thank you,
sir.
So it looks like that was before this actually, wow.
Let's keep this 100 real quick. He's banning it from sports and playgrounds. So he's telling children that they can't wear Nike. Kids in school. Kids are going out like you. So you're telling parents that just bought all these school clothes, you stupid mother, that they're not allowed to wear this shit. But we know about football uniforms and things like that a little bit now. These football seasons are already going on and playing. So you're gonna tell these kids they can't wear these uniforms?
It's Louisiana, man. You
bugging, dude.
It's not right. It's definitely not right. It's crazy. And man, I'm sick. It's wild to see that happening. You know, I can't even say that, man. Really, you really can't even say that when people still getting lynched and all the things that happen, you know, in this country. And we got to remember, you know, the way they started really implementing forms of different discrimination and racism was through policy, stuff like this. So that's deep.
If this ain't oppression, if this ain't, you know, systematic racism, and if this ain't that to a T, then I don't know what is.
I don't know. When to report that
it's
to you,
fucking
man.
close. It's close.
Colin Kaepernick causing some, you know. Woo, and shout out to the the two players in Miami who continued to kneel, to continue, you know, on their protest. I want to give the shout out to those two brothers. You know, I thought that was dope that they continue and, you know, to do that. And Colin Kaepernick did give them, you know, a shout out as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But you've listened to another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. I want to give a special shout out to everybody listening on SoundCloud. I don't think we forgot about you, you know, any other platform that you happen, you know, to hear our platform on. We do appreciate, you know, everybody who took the time to listen to any portion or the whole podcast. It is appreciated. And as always, please do two things for us. Hit the like button and make sure that you share this video. SamAnt, that's all I got, man. Another one. You know what I mean? Episode like 100 something.
Yeah, man. You ain't lying. We ain't here putting in work. Wake and Bake podcast coming soon exclusively on Viral Hip Hop News, man.
Yes.
I'm excited about that. We got podcasts and fucking winning channels coming from everywhere. We got the mentorship coming. We're really excited about that. Probably in about a week or so, a week from today to next week, Monday, to be the official start of our mentorship program. We got some dope videos that'll be coming out for you throughout the week, promoting the brand, letting you know exactly what we have in store for you. If you are if you're a business owner, if you're someone just trying to get motivated, trying to get involved with YouTube, just want something to motivate you to get going in your life, I think this is something that you definitely want to be involved in. You can hear our testimonies. You can watch our results right here. Thanks. And the proof will be in the pudding, man. So stay tuned for the official YouTube mentorship program exclusively given to you by O'God at Hip Hop News Uncensored. And I think that will be through the website, hiphopun.com as well. It's just, man, it's so dope. Yeah. Myself, SamAnt at Viral Hip Hop News, our brother Darren, the SEO, our brother Kansu, the financial guru.
Yeah,
man, we're gonna have a good time. If you're interested, further information coming your way. Drop comments, let us know you're interested. Let's get a good vibe of what we got going on, Rand.
It's a possibility we can actually have the link in this one, but we'll, you know, just look for it in the description box. I think Darren said we might have, you know, it ready where people can go start looking. So, but whatever, we'll get to it.
If not here, definitely next couple of days we're shooting tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
content king here.
Yes, sir, man. But that's been another episode, man. With that being said, we out.
Peace.
Hey, yo, check this out. We got a real great service provided for you right now. If you're a serious artist looking to perfect your craft, get your music out there in front of millions and millions of views, then look no further than right here. Hip Hop News Uncensored, Viral Hip Hop News, and the Uncensored Truth Podcast are now running specials to promote your product. If you're serious about promoting your product on YouTube, email me right here at dlsmediainc1@gmail.com or my brother O'God at hiphopun.com for further information. If you're serious about your craft, very affordable pricing. Let's go. Wait no further. Look into it right now. Emails in the description box. Hit us up. You already know.